Welcome to another episode of Slay with me, Leigh Clark. I'm here with Anoushka Dannin, who's from Vegas, not technically from Vegas originally, a SoFlo resident, Vegas 20 plus years. She's a seasonal color analyst, which we're going to get into, which is super cool. But you may have seen it trending on TikTok and Instagram where people are like, am I a spring or am I mid spring or am this? We're going to talk about all the things color. She's been doing this for quite some time, off the back of a very successful career, right, with Monat for a number of years, weren't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And now she's moved into this whole other realm. So beauty has always been at the base of everything that she does, but what she's doing now is really like literally changing people's appearances, the way people present themselves in the world. It's more than a stylist, it's somebody who's really aligned with how do you look your best? Like what colors really bring out the best in you. So definitely follow her. We'll talk at the end about details on that. And it's just really cool to see. And then try and get yourself a color analyst like Anoushka, if because she does travel to
Yeah.
come and read you your colors. So welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I have a bunch of questions. I know you have some questions for me. Anushka was
Yes.
just in Slaying Vegas. So we'll start with Slaying Vegas.
Okay.
Just finished a best-selling book. So excited to work with you. Tell me about your chapter and tell me what was the experience like for you.
Oh my gosh. Well, the experience was amazing because this basically happened during the summer. So I was already in Laguna Beach for the summer with my husband, and it was just like a dream. Like I'm like, am I a writer?
Right?
So it was really dreamy, and I just feel so passionate about kind of sharing my story because, like you said, I did start with a direct sales company, kind of like coming stay-at-home mom, financial analyst, stay-at-home mom, direct sales, kind of like catapulted me into this entrepreneurial confidence. And I don't think without that experience, I could have even really had the guts to really go out and start the seasonal color analysis business by myself. And so I feel like that's kind of an important story to share with people. And I was really excited to have that platform to do it in, and especially just having this all be related to Las Vegas because I mean, the city is incredible, and just to have that connection after living here for 20 years was just like the cherry on top.
Yeah, I love that. They have such a close group too. Like the women in Vegas really like amped it up with getting together and going to the poodle room and making connections. And so it's really great to see like the offshoot is I always joke that we're kind of like chief with an output. Like it's getting all these amazing women in one room, but then also saying like, okay, while we're together, why don't we do something incredible? Like share our stories with somebody else who may. So tell me about when did you make the change? What prompted you to get into season color analysis and how did you start to build the business?
Okay, so I was at a beauty convention with my team, and they were looking at TikToks. And I'm like, what are you guys looking at? And one of the girls had showed me, and I was like, what is seasonal color analysis? This was so fascinating to me because I think that for me, not everyone has like the time, everyone gets really busy. And so for me, I want like super easy, simple things to like make me feel good, to elevate. Like I am all about healthy aging. I will try all the things. But when I saw the difference that these videos were showing about how someone can look so energized and like elevated in one color and then another color can literally make them like run to their nearest like med spa. I was fascinated. Um, and I love that it's so universal, right? So like it can apply to everyone. And so I looked for someone in my area. I couldn't find anyone that was really marketing it at all. And I just had this moment where I'm like, should I like try to do this? And I'm like, if the stars align, I will. But I found a great mentor, an online program, took it for 7 weeks. And I already kind of had the skill set from my beauty journey on how to set up the systems and the marketing and all the things. And launched in January, didn't even have my fabrics yet. And just by putting out content, even before I started, just talking about it, I got a message from host on the local news channel wanting me to come on and talk about it on their lifestyle show. And that was really like the sign from the universe, like you're on the right path. And so from then on, it's just been this incredible journey and so fulfilling because truly my mission is just to help people just see their own natural beauty. And when that happens, then they unlock the confidence. When that happens, they're vibrating at a higher frequency. When that happens, we're attracting more abundance. And that's just like literally what I love helping with.
You've had me like super curious on my colors. I literally just changed my hair color just because my extensions didn't match my original hair. It's a whole story. And
Yeah.
as I changed my color, I'm like, I wonder if I'm on palette. So like right now, I don't know. You do these via video? Can you like tell? Because I went all the way to this, whatever's on the side of you that's got a like the camel and yellow colors.
Uh-huh.
And like I went there. I don't know if I
Okay.
belong there because I've been living in the pastel side. So
Mm-hmm.
how do you do that from a distance? Is it hard with screen colors and things?
So I definitely do virtual sessions, but what I do is I have people send me pictures. So you'll
Okay.
send me pictures, makeup free, natural light. You'll send me a childhood picture so I can see what your untouched hair color is. You'll send me a picture of your eye. I do a little eye analysis, and then I will put everything into like my digital analysis little system and I'll come up with a result and then we get on a Zoom like this and I walk you through it. And I have like backgrounds of these flags. And so I'll show you like the differences.
And there's four, right? Are there four? Or
There's
there's
actually 16 different options for the system that I use. So yeah, there's 16 options, but there are four main home seasons. So there's summer, spring, autumn, winter, and then each one of those four has four versions.
I got you. Do you remember a million years ago when there was something called Color Me Pretty?
Oh, Color Me Beautiful.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's yes, I have the book. It's my on my coffee
That's the
table.
foundation, isn't it? The
Yep,
foundation? It's the common
it is.
foundation.
Yeah.
The fun story, when I lived in New York, I was maybe 11, 12. My friend's mom worked for Color Me Beautiful. She was also like a moonlighting as a piano lounge lizard. So I just thought she was like the coolest lady because she had like a big grand piano that she would play. And then in the other room was all of her makeup samples. And they had like the summer, autumn, spring, winter. So I was always curious with this new surgence of the color analyst. Did it come from that? It did, yes?
Yes, it absolutely did. It was a big thing in the 80s. And then I feel like it kind of like went away. And then now it's coming back because I really think that people want that playbook, right? We want
Yeah.
that playbook. And first of all, everything from the 80s and 90s is coming back.
Right?
Yes.
Good, bad, and
But
different, even the Taco Bell menu. I don't know if that's smart,
oh,
but everything.
everything. But yeah, it's definitely made a comeback. And I think that there have been different, versions of it that have been making a comeback. I mean, I think back then there were only four. There was only
Yes.
spring, summer, autumn, winter. And now it's like, well, what if we mix autumn and winter? And what if we mix, autumn and spring? So yes, now it's kind of expanded and it's incredible and amazing. It's literally life changing, like changed my life. So
And if you watch her Instagram, you'll see what she's talking about because, like, you can see her like pull a color next to somebody, and they literally look like they're at the morgue, and then she pulls it again, and they literally look like they're on the runway. And it's
yeah.
crazy because we are a product of our environments. We are very much what we surround ourselves by. And then there was like the grayish world, like the millennial grayish that like took over. So I think color is like coming back so big. So did you just 2025 is when you launched?
2024.
Okay, so you're
2020. Yeah.
okay, so
Um,
you're almost 2 years now.
Almost 2 years. Yeah. And
What is
it's,
like the wildest phone call you ever got for like somebody who wanted a color analyst? You don't have to like name names because I know you're in Vegas and you
oh,
can't say
yeah.
celeb.
Yeah. A lot. Well, the wildest one, I mean, it's not wild, but I think like sometimes when I get these big events and they have hundreds of people there and they want to use, a color analyst as an experience, they're like, can you analyze someone in like 3 minutes? No.
Yeah, I know.
Can't
No.
do it. Would love to. I mean, I would love to be that good, but no, it definitely takes me 10 minutes. Yeah.
I was just having this conversation. We have this new author, and shout out to Bond and Bella Deanna DeRiso in New York. She does permanent jewelry. So she literally solders things onto people at events and at pop-ups. And she's done really well, like Alice and Olivia. She's done White's Apothecary in the Hamptons. But we were having this conversation, which is an important conversation to have. Like, A, advertising is dead. But B, the new thing is experience, connection, and content, right? So experience, create content, and connection, right? So experience at that. So I love like professionals like yourself are being plucked to do these conferences. We talked offline. She's in Vegas. So I asked her what's going on lately. She said a lot of conferences. I'm like, wait, are you at the conferences? She says, yes. So in the similar vein, she also has been tapped to do bar and bat mitzvahs, like random things, just because it's such a cool experience. And people leave with something tangible. In her case, some piece of jewelry is soldered on you. In your case, you now have a playbook for how to look your best. So have you seen a lot of brands reaching out to partner? Are you working with any of like the different fashion brands, or is that something you like to do? Like, tell me a little bit more about
it. Yeah, I think it's incredible. They're definitely, yes, brands want to create experiences. Brands also want to attract people over to them. And I think that when I mean, every time I work an event or a convention, there is a line, and people will wait in it because they're like, well, I've seen this and I've wanted to get it done. And, it's just this opportunity for them to really see the difference and the change. And I think that providing someone with that kind of experience is so unforgettable. And they can always say, like, I was at this conference and this company had a color analysis there. And this is where I learned that I was a true winter and I was wearing all the wrong colors.
Right. And shout out to marketers, because like I've spent years, I went to school for advertising, years at trade shows. And like they're talking about the pen, the tchotchke, the mouse pad back in the day, like the ugly tote bag that you like put your son's lunch in embarrassingly, like whatever they can give you. And it's about layover and it's about you leaving. I mean, I have pens on my desk right now from wherever, right? But now that changing to creating this memorable moment for people rather than like some pen that has very little value actually devalues your brand over time. Instead of like in her case, again, they're leaving with something permanently attached to them that they're going to look at. It's not like a slap bracelet, And in your case, they have a change of perspective. Like you're offering a change of perspective about something people do every day, which is get dressed, and a different thought process. So talk about a memorable experience that you can tie to your brand is like working with somebody like Anoushka to like create this event. And there's so many places for it, right? Because even at a business convention, these are all people who are trying to look their professional best. They're trying to stand out, wear the right tie, wear the right suit, be seen. Do you work a lot? Have you worked with any of the like anchor women? Well, you said you were on the news, right? So which news channel had you on to talk about
that was Channel 8. And I have done a color analysis for a few of the ladies there and the producer. Their Las Vegas Now lifestyle show. So yeah, I mean, I think that when you are in front of a camera, especially like that, it is so important. I know that when they want to wear the brighter colors when they are in front of the camera, and it's just a matter of figuring out what is the right shade of those colors. So what is the right shade of that red, that pink, that blue, and it really does make such a difference. And so I think it's really important for anyone that's in the public eye in general to really know the right hair color, makeup color, and colors.
And how has it changed your wardrobe?
I felt like, and I think that a lot of women can relate to this, like we grew up as little girls, maybe loving color. And we would wear a lot of color. And then you kind of get away from it because life gets busy and you just kind of put yourself on the back burner, or maybe you're just like confused. And we are really marketed there. And going back to your point, there was a lot of marketing for very like neutrals, neutral, nude, gray. Yeah. And so I think that I fell into that, and I was showing up on my Instagram like filter, did not like myself without a filter. And when I discovered that I was a true winter and these are like my colors, now I feel so confident. Like I don't need a filter. It has literally changed my entire I was wearing the wrong color makeup. I was wearing warm makeup, nude lips, and browns, and it's just not, it was not serving me. And I feel so much more confident about my image and even like my personality. Now that I know that that I'm actually a true winter, which is kind of like a layer of our personality. It's like your zodiac sign, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be very interested because, like I said, I've worn different hair colors over the years. I like, and I'm one of those people who've been blonde, but I like have brownish blonde hair, but it's never been
Uh-huh.
that color since I started. So it is very cool. Do you do your husband's colors too?
Oh, that was literally the first person I went to because men, they have such a hard time knowing what to wear, what to buy. I mean, even in a corporate environment, it's like makes all the difference in their appearance. So he is a true summer. And ever since we discovered that, it's completely different. Like everything he wears, I'm like, looks so good, looks so good. Like when he shops, he like knows exactly what to buy. It just makes everything so much easier and takes the guesswork out of it.
Is it hard to coordinate with your partner if you're two different seasons?
No, no,
Yeah.
because it's like my blue is a different blue than his blue, but they're both blue, right?
Right.
So
It's just
yeah,
undertones, really.
it's
It's the undertones.
it's the undertones and then it's like the intensity of it. So I'm like a bolder blue and he's soft because he's a soft.
Okay. I get
Yeah.
it. I get it. So he's
Mhm.
basically the colors that are over your head right now. Yes.
He is no, I don't have the
They're all
summer one
different.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all
Yeah.
because they're 16, you said, like that, right?
Yeah.
That you made the thing
hmm
with.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And have you done it for your kid?
Yes, and he's a soft summer. So he's a mix of summer and autumn,
That's
which is
funny. I'm surprised he's not a mix of summer or winter because that's for
I
sure.
right? I know. But he's actually very, and people in the soft palette are very neutral. So they're neutral hair, neutral skin, neutral eyes. He's, oh, like I'm like, you're so handsome, especially when you're
Does
in
he
the
follow
soft.
your color rule? I mean, not that they're your rules, not like you're like, oh my God, what is that orange you're wearing? It's not in our family color
Oh,
tree.
I feel like again with I think might be a little bit harder with girls because whatever, but with boys they're like just tell me what to wear.
Great.
So yeah, it just makes it easier. He's like, yeah, whatever is my color.
Do you feel compelled in public to tell people they're wearing the wrong color?
No, I would never do that.
I know you
For
wouldn't.
sure, I would never do that. But I mean, I notice I'm all honestly always analyzing people because it's just like, it's just like first of all, I'm curious. And second of all, I'm just like, oh yeah, she would just look so much better with like da da da, in my head, but I would never insert myself if my opinion was not asked
Of
for.
course. Yeah, no, that's called unsolicited advice. It used to be my thing
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
20s. I loved giving unsolicited advice in my 20s, but now not so much. Now
Oh
not so
my
much. But it's
gosh.
funny that you can actually see it on people and kind of like, and also I've seen a lot of this trend with this where people restyle celebrities in their right colors. Have you done that on your feed? Have you ever
Oh
done
yeah.
that?
I
I love to
love
watch it.
Yeah, it is so fun, especially okay, so Pamela, because she's been like makeup free lately, it's so much easier now with her and more important for her to wear the right colors, especially if she is makeup free. So,
And you're talking
yeah,
about Pamela
Pam
Lee
Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
I'm like Pamela Lee. Like she hasn't been married to Tommy Lee since like a million years ago. But
I
Pamela Anderson, that one. Liam Neeson's new girlfriend.
yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, are they? Okay.
yes. Isn't that so fun? And
I
everybody
love
knows that
it.
he didn't, his wife and Natasha Richardson, she had passed away. I don't know if you know that about Liam
I
Neeson,
know.
but he lost his wife like tragically, I think like 10 plus years ago, a skiing accident. And
Oh,
she died. They were in a lot of movies together. So he has been like pretty much single since. And then obviously Pamela Anderson has had a slew of like not great partners. And then
yep.
they did the Naked Gun together and now they're like together. It's very cute
Oh
for
my
both of
God, that
them.
is so cute.
She's makeup
Um,
free and boot up. Yeah.
right. And see, we don't need
Maybe
the
it's a color.
makeup to get booed
No.
up. Yeah.
No, and Alicia Keys did that too, which I really love. She also went like makeup free for a while to push that as something. I
Mhm.
don't care anymore. Like honestly, like I think I had like an emotional breakdown early on in this book series, and I was like, I don't care anymore. I it was the first time I was in Paris. I went on camera, no filter, no makeup, no hair, no nails, no eyelashes, nothing. And I
Mhm.
was like, This is it, guys. I don't care. I'm not trying. And even I remember my mom was just here and she's like, "Oh, you talk to all these beautiful women. You have to put makeup on and stuff, right?" And I'm like, if I feel like it, I'm like, honestly, I dress for me. And if I
Yeah,
feel like I want to wear makeup, fine. I said, I also don't surround myself with women who wouldn't judge me or not like me for not wearing
right.
makeup, right?
Right.
Those aren't my people. So if I get on a call and like I'm wearing a baseball hat and that lady's like, who is this? Not my people. So thank you, God, for the filtration. Because if you want to wear makeup every day, that's great. And I have a birthmark from here to here down to here my whole life. So makeup has been
Yeah.
like the way I've coped. These days I'm just like very comfortable in who I am, and I feel like showing up authentically is so important. So I love to see this trend of
Yes.
people like saying, hey, like if you want to dress up for you. If you want to like wear makeup for you, but we don't need to do it for anybody else's like reason. Do you feel like, and the other thing is they say women dress for women. Do you feel like that's true, right?
I do feel like that's true. I
Yeah.
do. I mean, because honestly, I think our partners are just like, whatever, you look great, but they don't care, you know?
Right?
They
They can't
don't like,
appreciate the fashion as much as the work that goes into it.
yeah. I mean, truly, they're just like happy if you like make them like dinner.
They're easy creatures. Where's your favorite place to shop? What are your stores?
Okay, so I love Aritzia. That is my go-to for so many things. I love Zara for more of the trend. So Aritzia is more like capsule, staples. Zara, I love for trends. And then honestly, like Banana Republic has been really good lately. And then I love a little J. Crew in there too, because I like the classics. So those are
Same.
basically, yeah, my four rotations. Yeah.
I like the old money, honey. I'm all for like that. I've had the same cardigan like several times in my life.
Yes,
I'm
it's
like
like
literally
that.
wearing a cardigan today. Who does that? Like me.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm still wearing twin sets, like my grandma wore twin sets. But it's true. Like I like classic. I like, I just like
yeah.
this, I like that.
Well, did you know that that's like a whole other thing? It's called like your energetic style code. That's like a whole other thing.
Are you going to expand on like your practice to include that? What does this mean?
I mean,
Energetic
I
style.
did learn about it, but I also feel like stick to what you're really good at.
What does
Like,
it mean though?
so basically, we all have this like style code where um, it's kind of like you analyze someone's features and then you kind of come up with like, okay, there's like they could be like a classic. So classics like very like tailored clothing. They're very much kind of like preppy. Or there could be like, sometimes you see the people who wear a lot of color and they just put everything together and it kind of goes. And so it's just kind of like analyzing features to kind of see what your energetic style code is. But that's just a whole other thing.
I love that. The other trend I love, we have a new author in New York. She is head of strategic fashion, something like that. Sorry, Rachel Glicksberg for The Real Real,
Mm.
which is so fun. And so we had a long conversation about like sustainability, upcycling, and all the things.
Yeah.
Yes, so fun, right? So she handles that. Actually, she does a lot of the collabs and partnerships with small designers in New York doing these like fun upcycling projects. Are you a mix? Do you like vintage? Do you upcycle? Do you wear like vintage stuff, or are you pretty much new?
I feel like Las Vegas needs to have more of this like vintage market because I can't even imagine how great the stuff would be. So I've actually with my clients because after you get your colors done, you do a nice closet edit. So I have another client and she does what we call a clothing swap. So you bring stuff and then you leave with stuff. And so it's like a nice clothing swap. It's really well done. And then I have another friend who will be basically she can buy things off of you. And you can also do like these parties where you take what you have and you kind of like embellish it, or you can
Hmm.
like do all these things to it, which
Upcycle.
she's definitely way more talented at all of that. But she sends these kits and you can buy the kits and have like this party where you kind of take and refresh an item. So I think it's like I especially with the younger generation, I think it's a really big market. And I'm all about it. I truly am.
100%. It's how I feel about mashups and people sampling old music in their songs. Such a fan, right? Now we're starting to stack pop culture, right? Because let's say up until like the 1900s, not a lot of cool pop culture shit happening. Once we
Mm-hmm.
hit past like the 30s, right? A lot of cool stuff from Ella Fitzgerald on, be it fashion and music and dining. So what's going to happen is if we keep going forward only and don't reach back, all that stuff is left behind. So
Yeah.
I love reaching into the back and bringing it into the future, but also upcycling it. Like I love to
Mhm.
see, and you'll see a lot of this on the social media feeds, the TikToks, the Instagram. But when you see somebody redo a pair of Jordans or like take an
Yes.
old Louis bag and like change it up and like turn, I love to see that. They're doing it in art now too. There's somebody, and they think it's like Yoida, it starts with a G. Anyway, remixing Salvador Dali paintings. So like
Like,
getting old Salvador Dali paintings and then embellishing on top of that. So I love to see this like this layering effect we have with time and art and fashion and culture.
yeah.
Love to see it. And I think there's again going back to sustainability. We can call it that or just call it appreciation for classics. But you've seen it, like we all nobody likes Blake Lively anymore, but we did for a while. Anyway, sorry, Blake. We love you, but she's having a hard time. But she
Yeah.
just wore Britney Spears' old dress to one of her premieres. She wore the VMA dress that Britney Spears wore. We saw Kim
Yep.
Kardashian. The whole world collectively took a deep breath when she wore Marilyn Monroe's thing because we're like, don't move, don't move, Kim. But
Yes.
you are seeing that like where, and even some of the younger girls coming up wearing some of these like, and like you said earlier, the 80s and 90s are coming back. Like literally, they're like bringing up these old like Alice and Olivia rag and bone stuff. So I personally love to see it, and I think it's just to see creatives at play, but also to honor like we have a lot of legacy pieces that can still
Yeah.
be very beautiful today.
I
So
agree.
what is the scene like for ladies in Vegas these days? Like what is it? What are you guys doing these days out there?
Oh my gosh, Lee, you were talking to the wrong person. I'm in bed by 8, but so
That's you just saw Wayne Newton. Don't didn't you not just see Wayne
I
Newton there
did. I
live?
did. Honestly, Wayne, that was like a bucket list item. I mean, that show was so incredible. This is the great thing about Vegas. There's always something happening all the time. Um, and it's so hard to like be like, what am I gonna do? And I can't stay home all the time because there's just too many things to see. But interestingly enough, there has been this rise of these kind of like wellness parties. So instead of like
Okay.
these pool parties where you would go to the pool during the day and you would like party, party, party. Now it's like go to the pool at the Wynn and there's sound healing and there's non-alcoholic beverages and there's cold plunges and it's just like this. And I love that. Like I was
Yeah, same.
like I'm there for that.
Same. I haven't drank for over 2 years. I just like it's such a detractor. It was such, becoming a detractor for me, and I was like, it's. I don't need. I did a whole speech. My second TEDx is called "Self-Loathing is an Emmer Effer," and I said the whole word. But talking about escapism and talking about people you don't want to like they want to gossip or drink or party or whatever. I think we're all realizing like, what are we escaping from? Why don't we build lives we love? And why don't we like honor ourselves? So I love that emergence of these like wellness parties because
Yeah.
people don't need to go get like wasted and then like strip their body of like great nutrients and wake up hungover and dumber the next day and like less
Yeah.
likely to make good decisions. For what? I mean, for what?
Yeah.
But I think we also were in a world where, like you and I now, where we're entrepreneurs, we get to decide what our life is like instead of you go to work for the man forever. No offense to
Yeah.
anybody who's still in corporate and corporate's changed too. Like there's a lot more
Yes.
work-life balance than there used to be. But it used to be you worked for the man and it was like 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So you wanted to just like go get wasted in your free time,
Yeah.
like forget about your life. And now we're like, hey, we like our lives. Like, what do we need to like get wasted for and then feel like crap the next day? I don't have time, honestly. I
Yeah.
don't have time anymore. I'm like you. I'm
No.
in bed by 8 most of the time. Not 8, by like 11. I'm not really like I'll go out and I like it. That's why these projects are great too. Because I get to come and
Yeah.
see you guys and I have to go do fun stuff because I'm there.
Right.
But it is interesting to get to know the people behind Vegas. I got to see actually your neighborhood and stuff because I delivered books and I just that was the reason I came to Vegas to do this project. I was so curious. Is like everyone knows the strip. Everyone
Yeah.
knows Las Vegas Boulevard. but no one really understands like what's the community like. Is everybody out every night? Like, no, they're actually like just in there working business conventions, working with these wonderful affluent people, but also there's a very like chill vibe to Vegas, which you would not expect if you're not from there. Would you agree?
I agree. I think a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about Vegas. It's a really small, big town. A lot of people know each other through 6 degrees of separation. There's definitely something for everyone here, and it's not just like a place where you come and, it's not like the Hangover movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really great things that happen here that are super family friendly, that are all about wellness and self-care. We're seeing a lot more of that here. And so it's very outdoorsy. A lot of people forget about that, but super outdoorsy too.
Yeah, and beautiful. Like people don't realize like the Hoover Dam right there, and there's mountains, and you can go to
Yeah.
Death Valley, and LA is like 3.5 hours. So I
Yeah.
really, really enjoyed Vegas. Well, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you. I love what you're doing, so I want you to come back and tell us more things, but tell them how to find you.
So you can find me on Instagram. My handle is For Your Reputation. So spelled out kind of like that FORYOUR and then reputation. And that's a whole other story. But I also have my website at foryourreputation.com. And then I'm on TikTok as well. I try to be on the TikTok, y'all. And I'm on LinkedIn.
I hung out on TikTok for a little bit. I haven't been, and so I go through, the phase where I was like all Facebook for a while. Now I'm like Instagram, a little LinkedIn. But you're amazing. Again, read her chapter in Slaying Vegas. If you haven't bought the book yet, go
Thank
to Amazon,
you.
read her chapter, follow her, figure out what your colors are, do a virtual session. She does travel too. She has a lot of clients who will fly her around. Totally worth it for her to be there for her closet edit and everything else. But thank you for coloring the world a little more beautiful and for being so beautiful yourself.
Oh, Leigh, you're the best. Thank you for bringing all of us together. Literally, you're such an inspiration. And I mean, I love working with you.
I love working with you too. You stay with me. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.